Mr. Momofuku, Japanese ramen, and the question how food revolutions are made. Let's talk about Momofuku Ando. He's the one who invented the instant ramen noodle. He's a worldwide known entrepreneur and a national Japanese hero. Although Momofuku came from Taiwan, as well as the ramen noodle is originally Chinese. It is said that every day Momofuku ate a cup of his own noodles. He did so until he passed away in 2007 at the age of 97. I personally don't like industrialized food. I'm Julia, studying design at Eindhoven in the Netherlands. My special interest is new concepts of food and nutrition. Recently, I was traveling in Japan. Visiting Momofuku's ramen noodle museums in Osaka and Yokohama are a must for every national and foreign tourist. And every day, everybody gets confronted with huge threatening waves of Momofuku cup noodles flooding Japan's convenience shops. No doubt, Momofuku is hip. More than ever. People love his products, even in times of post-industrialization. Yokohama's super modern cup noodle museum displays a reconstruction of the poor shelter where Momofuku started to experiment with noodles. Trendy philosophers and industrial storytellers are reinventing nowadays Mr. Noodle, as he would have been a pioneer of new design thinking like Steve Jobs or Albert Einstein. The same Albert Einstein who, by the way, praised the Hiroshima bomb as an effective tool to end World War II. Finding a way to produce cheap stews grew out of the need to feed soldiers and millions of starving civilians, already under and above all after the war. More important, in Japan, Momofuku Ando was not the only one seeking for a recipe to feed the hungry. There were many shelters where experiments with noodles or bread were carried out by ordinary people like Momofuku. Among all these Einsteins, no doubt, Momofuku was best as a clever entrepreneur. He knew better than others how to sell and how to gain a monopoly position for his products. So, how are food revolutions made? Which kind of research and creativity do we need to solve what we call the world food problem? For me, as a young designer, this is an extremely important question. Do we need more geniuses and saviors like Momofuku? Or shouldn't we try to detect and to learn more from situations where ordinary people start together with others to rethink and to change their living conditions? To boil off a solution, what a wonderful saying. It came to my mind when I was traveling in Japan. Unfortunately, people start to rethink their living conditions when a crisis or even chaos or catastrophes come over them. But we, as designers, can learn from these situations and people's creativity to overcome the misery. In history and every day, all over the world. It is up to us to go into the field and to collect and to analyze their efforts as living laboratories in creating future solutions. Outlook. I have so many ideas in my mind. One would be to build a virtual archive or library where people's social experiences with food are collected. A library that provides building blocks for a better understanding and living in a better world.